Corporate Recruiter here to review your resumes. The resume we have up first is a software engineer full stack. I want to let everybody know I review non-tech resumes, but right now the tech market is on fire and gasoline is being poured into it. So most of the resumes that are sent to me are tech. So what we need from a software engineer full stack is degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML. I'm going to repeat that. If you're a full stack developer and you do not put TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, you will have already failed. That is one of the biggest sins that full stack developers do not put, is they do not put TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML in full sentences. They need to be in a sentence, right? In a bullet point under a job or an internship or a project that shows me how you did it, the reason and result of you doing it, and what you did, which is that keyword itself. So, and a lot of you are probably like, well, hold on, Lee, TypeScript means, doesn't matter. Does not matter. I don't care if X implies Y. That is rule number 3 on your resume, is if something is implied, it does not exist. You need to state it. So, degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, React or React.js, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, SQL or NoSQL, RESTful API, or REST API, Cloud. If you put GCP, you need to put Google Cloud Platform, and then in parentheses GCP for the first time you put it. You do not need to do that for AWS because the market is weird. CI/CD, Git, .NET or Python or Java, and bonus points for all that stuff. And again, I need these in qualification form. So these right here are keywords. Keywords are what the hiring team needs. That could be a skill like TypeScript or JavaScript, or it could be like talking to stakeholders. But recruiters do not hunt for keywords in resumes. We hunt for qualifications. And what a qualification is a keyword plus how you use that keyword, plus the reason or result of you using that keyword, plus where you use that keyword. If you do not have all 4 of those, not counting years of experience or degrees or certificates, then that is not counted. So this is why skill sections are irrelevant. Now, this resume is garbage. I know this because they told me their ratio. A ratio is how many applications it takes to get an interview, and this person has over 150 applications to get a single interview, so this is a garbo resume. So, can I find what I need in 20 seconds? Because that is all the time recruiters have. No, because they have 150 to 1. So, starting on the clock, let's see what does and does not work about this. And go. Okay, nothing here matters. Nothing here matters. Where's your education? There we go. All the way at the bottom. All right. Feature mobile app. This doesn't matter. Built a kitchen. Angular is nice, but you didn't tell me anything else. Angular, you already told me, so this doesn't count. Okay, nothing here. Okay, that one's okay. And then declined. Yeah, this is a terrible resume. You've wasted so much space. Like, this is why skill sections and summaries do not matter. There's only a couple of reasons you would want a summary, one of which is you are relocating. Second would be you are switching industries. And I don't mean going from, like, software engineer to data scientist. I mean going from software engineer to pottery maker. Or third, you are explaining a visa. So right now you've wasted all this time, and none of these counted, and you have nothing in your bullet points, because remember, skill sections don't count. You need them in bullet points, because we are not keyword hunting, we are qualification hunting. So what did this person say? I recently changed jobs, but it was a mistake as the company pays me under the table. Ooh. I cannot afford to not work, so I still work here, but I want to change so bad ever since I got here. I didn't really get any new interviews, even changing jobs. It took me 8 months. I want a decent job because it paid me less than industry under the table. Also, I'm from the EU. Yeah. So your issue is your resume is terrible, right? Like, nothing in this resume has anything that I need. So again, we're discounting this because this is completely blank. So what your resume should look like is this. This is the format I use. This is the format you want. It is in the link below. That is how you do it. It is free. You need to use it. It is the best for everybody, with the exception of high level directors and people that are very job hoppy. Those are the 2 type of people that want to use a different format. But everybody else, from accountants to software engineers to mid-level managers, needs my format. So breaking this down line by line of why this is terrible. So first off, let me just remove all this highlighting. Is this does not matter, right? I developed a mobile feature for e-commerce. Okay, cool. But I don't see any of the skills that you used or how to do it. Built a kitchen management web interface using Angular. Okay, Angular is actually something I want, and you did tell me how you did it and what you did. So that is good. The problem is you want 3 to 6 of these in each bullet point. A minimum of 3 to 6 of these in each bullet point. So is this the worst sentence in existence? No, but it's bad because we need more. What I want you to say is build a kitchen management web app using TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Angular in a SQL and SQL in an AWS environment or something. That alone will get you interviews. That's all you need. But you don't have that. Then the next one is you already mentioned Angular up above. You do not need to mention it again. So what the rule for keywords is 1 keyword per job. Sometimes you're forced to include more, but the same keyword should not show up in the same job twice. Now, you can have Angular down, let's see if you actually have it or not, down here, right? And that's fine, but don't double up on it, because right now you have it here and you have it down here, and you only want it once per job. So 3 to 6 keywords per bullet point. Do not repeat them per the same job unless you are forced to, because sometimes you are in fact forced to repeat them, but in this case you're not. So this second sentence is, well, this second sentence has actually nothing else I need because you already did that. Maybe mobile application, I can be kind. Second, you didn't tell me what you did, so this is relevant. Develop RESTful APIs, okay, good. Using Spring Boot, good. Implementing business logic, data flows, and secure data, okay. Again, you need 3, and this is an okay sentence. I just need more. And I don't need all of this stuff that you wrote, right? So implemented for a kitchen management system. Like, this is the part where it needs to... That is about all I need from this. Then we go down to here, build database migration scripts with the API. Again, you already mentioned REST API, which is what I wanted, so this does not count, so there's nothing here. And then we go down here, and basically the same thing up here. And then we go to the first time where you actually mention JavaScript, HTML, and CSS right here. So this is why you're having issues, is you're not actually showing us what you want. And you know what? I know there's going to be comments that say, Lee, you're just a terrible recruiter. Recruiters need to not exist. And I can't change how recruiters work. I do know how we think. And I want to let you all know, I am an above average tech recruiter. By every metric of time to fill, quality of the hires, and volume of hires, I have beaten out my peers in most of them involving tech. So you are actually looking at an above average tech recruiter. And I'm telling you right now, if I saw this resume, I would not be able to present this to the hiring manager, because the hiring manager would come back to me and say, Lee, well, why? They're not a TypeScript developer. They're an Angular developer. I need TypeScript. I need JavaScript. I need CSS. I need HTML. I need React. I need Node. I need Next. I need SQL. I need Cloud. I need CI/CD. I need Git. And I need another back-end language. They would decline it. And this is the stuff you need. And if this goes for everybody too, is that if it's not here, it doesn't matter. Like, a lot of people try to impress us with like these random things, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you have cured world hunger. I just care that you've used SQL. And I know that can be enraging, right? I do understand how that can be enraging, but it is necessary to get a job. So that's all I can do for this resume. But to summarize, basically, you just had nothing in it. So let me give you a metaphor, because I'm probably going to have to do this every video. But I want you to imagine that you went into a restaurant and you're hungry. You got 30 minutes on your lunch break, and you say, I want a cheeseburger with pickles. And they say, okay, cool. They take your order and they bring you back a hot dog. And you're like, bro, what? Why? And they say, well, hold on. A hot dog has buns, right? Just like a hamburger. A hot dog has meat, just like a hamburger. A hot dog could have pickles and mustard and ketchup and cheese, just, hopefully not all at the same time, just like a hamburger. And they say, so this is what you wanted. This is your hot dog. And you'd be like, no, I wanted a hamburger. I'm not paying you. I'm leaving. That's a ripoff. And that is the exact same problem with a lot of people, and they put a bunch of stuff in their resume that is the hot dog, right? It's tangentially related. It's close to a hamburger, but it's not. And that is the problem that you did with this, is you filled your resume with hot dogs when I really, really, really needed hamburgers. So fix your formatting, add the actual hamburgers, and start resubmitting, and you will actually be able to get a job. So before I move to the next resume, I just want to thank everybody for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And if you ever wanted to be a member, you can join in the link below. You get access to the videos a little bit early, and it's a way to support me if you want to. And if you ever need more help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And I will see you in the next resume, which is right now. Yeah, next resume. This is a front-end software engineer. So what we need for front-end engineer is wildly different than what we need for full stack. I know how insane that sounds. What we need is JavaScript, React, Angular, HTML, CSS, and PHP and Next.js, SQL, Scrum, Agile, RESTful APIs, SEO, Git, CLCD, Node.js, 0 to 1. So basically from the inception of a project to the end of it. Communicate with stakeholder needs into a product. You need to talk to the stakeholders, and Elon Musk, like let's use Elon Musk, right? Dude seems notoriously difficult to work with, seems like a jerk. You have to convince him and communicate his needs. He says, I want this AI to do everything. And you're like, okay, let's break that down into what everything is for this product, because this product, all it does is tell you what a hot dog and a hamburger is. It will not be able to do your taxes. Let's communicate what you want. So that is part of your job. I need to see that in the resume. Bonuses for extra language, cloud, UI, UX, SaaS, TypeScript, WordPress, mobile, and GraphQL. So 20 seconds on the clock. This is their updated resume, so I don't believe we have a ratio for it. Their previous ratio was 1:50. So, also, they are in the UK, and I have gotten people jobs in the UK. I have gotten people jobs in Canada, Africa, UK, EU, Mexico, and I think Singapore. It was someplace in that area, but I don't remember which one. So my advice does translate outside the US, although I will let you know that it doesn't translate fully, so it's like 95% effective. So is it enough to get you a job? Yes, but there may be one or two things that are missing because I just cannot be every single market. So 20 seconds on the clock, and let me get my highlighter up. And go. Okay, good. Degree, perfect. Use JavaScript, HTML, and React.js. Good. To build responsive. We don't need responsive. For an application, use your personal. Okay, cool. Use large language models via AWS. Create lists using AWS. Okay. Which is RESTful APIs and SQL. Okay, good. Git, deploy. I think that's it. There's a couple of flaws here, but I think this would pass. Let me double check. So we got JavaScript, React, CSS, HTML, right? We're removing the stuff that we need, that we have. We got we have a little bit of AI. Again, you want a little bit of AI, but not a ton. We have RESTful APIs. We have CI/CD. I put this as CLCD. That's not right. Should be CI/CD. We have Git, which is good. Do we have the SQL? Did I miss SQL? There we go. Yeah, so SQL. Do we have Node? Let us find out. No, we do not. I think I saw Angular, right? No, I didn't. PHP, no. Next.js. Yes, I did, but it's all the way at the bottom, so people probably won't see it. Okay, so this is not the worst. I actually think this almost passes. I think you have like 50% of what we need, but I need 75% to move you forward. But you're very, very close. So let me read what you wrote. I finished this CV today and have not used it yet. I've been applying for jobs for the past year. I've sent over 100 applications using my old resume. You should be sending 50 applications a week. Actually, in the UK, it may be less than that, but your goal should be about 50 a week. Let's see. But I did not get any interviews. I also need visa. Okay. Let's see. Yes, that is going to be definitely difficult. I've been watching your videos and following your advice. Based on that, I updated my resume. This is the new version. I'll be applying with it. At the moment, I am working a volunteer, which is the only experience. I really do need a secure full-time. So the first thing is, if you are a visa candidate, you need like all of this. So first things first, right, is we need to shrink these sentences down because there's a lot of unnecessary information. So used JavaScript, HTML, CSS, React, perfect, to build components. I don't care about accessible or whatever that is. To build components for an application which uses personalized keyword lists to help students improve their knowledge. In fact, which helps students train, right, or learn. I think we can shrink that down a little bit. Then we go down to here, and this stuff is, let me get everything back, but this stuff is nice to have. It's not critical, so it shouldn't be here, right? Like, this is an okay one. It has AWS, it has LLMs, but that should actually be towards the bottom because, again, I don't really need most of that. That's not on this list. That is actually, that's extra credit, right? That's a hot dog in, it's not a full hot dog. It's more extra credit on the test, and that you need the other stuff first. Then this is good, right? This one. This is a better sentence. This should be up here instead. And the rest of that is okay. You also already mentioned AWS. But my problem is the Angular is all the way down here. Right? They may not get that far down. There's no SEO. There's no Scrum. There's no Agile. There's no Node. There's no PHP. There's no Next. There's no 0 to 1. Right? Like, I which you may not have because you're a student, and that's fine. But I do need to see that you can communicate with stakeholders. So my biggest problem with this resume is just that, A, I need a little bit more, and also this is way too blank. Why is this way too blank? I don't understand why this is blank. So there's too much space here. And is there anything else I can say? Yeah, so again, you've got the core of it, and I don't think it's going to take you more than like an hour to fix it, but I need you to remember what is the most important thing, and I need you to make sure that it is towards the top, and you don't try to give me hot dogs, and I just need a little bit more. So I don't know how the UK handles immigration, right? I don't know the difficulty of UK immigration. You may want to put how they can work with your visa here. This is a tentative advice because, again, this may be incorrect based on the UK market, but the rest of this stuff will be correct. I just need more, and I need you to make them in the sentences. I need them to be higher up, but otherwise this is a very good first draft. Next resume. This is a financial analyst. So what we need for a financial analyst is degree, Microsoft Excel, pivot tables, lookup, macros, PowerPoint, Word, meet deadlines and multitask, work with cross-functional teams, customers, stakeholders, and influence them, proactively solving problems with data, and nice to have is SAP and Teams. Is this a bad or is this a good resume? The answer to that is it's bad, but not unsalvageable. They have a 1 in 100, and a 1 in 100 is, again, bad because you want a minimum of 1 in 50 unless you're an international. But like there should be some stuff that I can save. So most of this is bad, but there should be some gold nuggets in here. So let's see if I can find them. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's actually click all these buttons, Lee. All right, and go. Okay, degree, good. Let's see. Classified performance trend analysis. That's not related. Analyze comes in Excel, good. Using pivot tables and data tables to evaluate performance. That's actually a really good sense. Influence stakeholder decisions. Okay, good. But you've already mentioned Excel. Tableau, Power Analysis. That was okay. And time. So again, you actually just kind of have a really bad first sentence because this is not what they want. Let's see what you wrote. I was laid off 2 months ago where I worked in a tax role. I was assigned to finance-related projects, and I'm using that experience along with an adjusted title to better reflect the work I supported to pivot into entry-level financial analyst. I've had a couple of screenings, but I haven't received any full interviews. I'm wondering what I should change. So, the first thing is your entry-level sentence. Your first sentence is just bad, and I don't think there's anything that's salvageable here, because this entire first sentence is a hot dog. Like, I don't care that you evaluated revenue, expenses, and overhead. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't care that you assess long-term sustainability in finance. So this entire sentence should be removed because it's not related to being a financial analyst. I know how insane that sounds, but remember, if it's not one of those, if it's not in the keyword list, it does not matter. The second sentence is pretty good. But honestly, I think you could probably combine these two sentences, right? Like, analyzed our company's financial statements and influenced our stakeholders using Excel, and then you can put in parentheses pivot tables, VLOOKUP, whatever, Tableau and PowerPoint to compare alternative options for profitability investment and return on investment, right? Something like that. You may be able to. And then the second one is, again, nothing I really need. So my big problem is you really have a singular good sentence that is split into two, which is fine, but that's all you have on this first one. So I need to, let me read this again. Yeah, I need you to show that you've met deadlines, right? I need to show you've multitask. I need to show that you can work with cross-functional teams. And again, I also want to see maybe customers as well if you have it. And then that you've proactively solved problems, right? I want to make sure that your stuff has solved problems. So even if you keep these as separate sentences, one of them should probably be like, why you found a issue with data, right? Like, again, we're going to use Elon Musk because he's a terrible business person as an example. Elon Musk changed Twitter to X. That was a terrible decision. It was a bad idea. But what you would have to do is show them, hey, I created documents to show that making this change would be a bad idea to prevent you from doing it, and you need to show that in your resume. So those are the things that I am missing, right? I need a little bit more of Excel, like lookups and macros if you can. You do have PowerPoint. You do have VLOOKUP and stuff, so that's good. You do have your degree. That's good. You can, if you have all that other stuff, you can probably skip Word. But I do need to see that you meet deadlines and multitask. I need to see that you can work with customers and proactively solve problems. So those are the things I'm missing. But overall, this is a good start, and this should get you more interviews. Next, resume. This is a systems administrator. So what we need for a systems admin is Linux, Mac, Windows, Cloud, DNS, DHCP, TCP, VPN, managing system hardware, software, automating tasks, Active Directory, infrastructure as code, IAC, Office 365, troubleshooting, multitasking, Python, API, CI/CD, Bash, PowerShell, ticketing systems, Jira, and ISO. So if I can find all those, you will be moved forward. 75% of those, that is a breakpoint. If not, I can't. But this should be, they said this is a 1 in 50, so I actually should be able to find some of this stuff. So 20 seconds on the clock, and go. Office, okay. This is way too much, though. A lot of this is way too much. The Cisco I needed. Yeah, way too much. Implement and optimize CPU such as, okay, good. I don't care about that. Technical quality. And that's time. So I have some of this. This is way too long. Yeah, let me read what they wrote, but this is way too wordy, and it doesn't even have everything I need. So they said this is the revised version. I'm going more for level 3 roles that deal with server. I've had a few interviews over the year, but nothing happened. I would get 1 in 35 from my old resume, and now created this resume and currently applying nothing. Yes, this is not This is not fully what I suggested. This is way, way, way too much words. This is also not enough stuff. You have filled most of this with a hot dog instead of a hamburger. Also, I think this person was applying during December, and at least in the US, the job market shuts down hard in November, December. So it's entirely possible that even if this resume was better than their previous one, it would show 0 results during November, December because, like, nothing works during November, December. It's just a time when nobody really hires. The good thing is January to March is the biggest job boom of the year. So what we need to do to fix this is remove a lot of stuff. So manage client on-premise and cloud IT infrastructure. Okay, fine. That tells me what you do. Involving the administration. Just say such as Microsoft Office 365, which isn't... Yeah, that is one. So such as Office 365, right? So you don't even need to necessarily say Microsoft. You can say Office. Windows servers, good. Linux, Debian. I don't know if you need Debian, but you do need Linux. So remove Debian. Servers, VMware. This is not related. You do not need to have it. Azure is good for cloud and network infrastructure. Such as none of this is needed. Yeah, so delete. Support on service issues. Delete. So your first sentence is twice the length it needs to be and is filled with hot dogs. And what you can say is to provide troubleshooting on service support issues. Then implemented and optimized TCP, such as good, WAN, DCP, and then I don't need static routers, I think, or OSPF or whatever, or FortiGate, right? For now that, and then I don't care about to enhance performance, but I do care about reduced latency. Actually, you can just say to improve overall network health. So your entire resume has this problem of just like there's so much stuff in it, and most of this is not related to what I'm looking for. Most of this is hot dogs. That one is good. The third bullet point is good. But like, look at this. This is already so much wasted space that nobody's even go down to get to this bullet point, which is actually a pretty good bullet point. Yeah, and I don't think there's anything in this bullet point either. I think this entire bullet point is also bad. Is there anything here? Active Directory I need, but that's it. So you need to go back and you need to really look at these, because most of this stuff is a hot dog. Most of this stuff is irrelevant, and you've bloated your sentences so much to the point where it's so difficult to find what you need. So that's all I can do for this one. Let's go to the next one. This is a machine learning engineer. So what I need for a machine learning engineer is machine learning. Should be ML, machine learning, parentheses, ML for the first time. If I do not see that, you are probably not moving forward. I know, and it's not a job title. It needs to be in the actual bullet points. I need to see your degree, LLMs, any of them. There's way more than that. I'm not listing them all out, but as long as I see some of them, we're fine. ML ops, so CI/CD, containerization, Kubernetes, cloud, SQL, ML frameworks like PyTorch, TensorFlow, and probably a few others. Python, R, cloud, ML pipelines, NLP, influencing cross-functional teams and explaining complex topics. Your job is, again, to influence people like Elon Musk to get him to not destroy his own company. And I need to see that through the resume. And then production-grade ML systems from start to finish or 0 to 1. So, 20 seconds on the clock. Will I be able to find it? No, this person has 150 to 1. So this is a garbage resume is what I'm expecting. They also did not leave me a note. They just said they got no interviews. So, 20 seconds. And go. Oh, this is a nightmare to read. Nothing here matters. Education. Okay, good. Oh, wait, what? Okay. Built an agentic ML. Okay, what is ML? You didn't tell me. Context to the where alt figures don't care, using don't care, using don't care, don't care. Okay, nothing here is relevant. Developed a domain wide. Okay, nope, nothing here is relevant. Transformer, nothing's relevant. Quantize, nothing relevant. Okay, that's it. Time's up. So there's a bunch of stuff wrong here. A, your formatting is awful. Please use this formatting. B, I do not need this. This does not matter. C, are you looking for internships? Or are you looking for full-time? Did I misread this? No. There's no way you're going to get a full machine learning job if you graduate in May of next year. No one's hiring that early. Now, you could get an internship, but you did not tell me you were looking to be an intern, because interns have different qualifications than the full-time role. They are different. In fact, I think the previous video was entirely about interns. So, yeah, none of that is relevant. And then you go down to here, and you don't tell me that you use machine learning. And I'm aware of what everybody is raging right now, but guess what? There could be a hiring manager or recruiter that does not know ML means machine learning. The first time you say it, you need to say built an agentic machine learning ML workflow. And while agentic is good, you also didn't really tell me what type. Was it agents themselves, or was it multi-agent systems? Because at the time of this recording, multi-agent systems is really the rage and not agentic itself. Most people have done some of this agentic stuff. They're really looking for people that have done Moss, and I've recruited for those roles before. Second is, nobody cares about these numbers. All of these numbers are hot dogs. You know what I want to see? I want to see that you use SQL and Cloud and an ML framework in Python. You know what I don't see? Any of that in this resume. Again, this is filled to the brim with hot dogs, and this is what happens when you fill your resume with hot dogs, is nobody can find what they need, and they just... In fact, in this case, I don't even think you have it. So your entire resume is practically blank. The only things I found is that you're graduating at a time where I could not place you. Again, you typically can only apply to jobs 3 months in advance. Some companies will hire like 9 months in advance, but they're rare in the market. So it does exist. I'm not telling you it doesn't exist. I'm just saying it's rare. But I don't know of any company that's hiring over a year and a half in advance. That's insane. And then, yeah, I need the actual stuff, because none of this matters. I don't care that you've done any of this stuff, because none of this is relevant to being a machine learning engineer. So go back to the drawing board, delete this resume, make it look like my format, and then actually look at the job descriptions. Because if you're going for an intern, these are not correct. If you're going for a full-time role, these are correct. And you need to actually add this stuff and show me how you did it, not this 250 class video corpus achieving 98.3 top engineered for AI data. None of that matters. So that's all I can do for this resume. I do want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. And I want to give another thanks to my members who get access to videos early. The link is below. Thank you very much for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. And if anybody ever needs any more help, they can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And I will see you in the next video. Later, y'all.